video for mGear 2.2. Indeed, this release, it's two releases in one, and let me show you the release log. So basically, I was working in the version 2.1, and I didn't have time to prepare these videos and properly upload the documentation and everything. So I was working on my next release that was 2.2. And turns out that I finished my milestone for 2.2 before I could release 2.1. So basically, now it's like 2.1 and 2.2 release. But yeah, this should not be like that in the next releases. Sorry for that. Okay, so what we have here, it's the list of the new features, codes there, and the improvements. There is a lot of little improvements that are not listed here, and a lot of bug fixes that are not listed here. I promise I will keep better track of everything and update more often the release log for mGear 2.3 and following version. But at this point, this is what I have. So bear with me because there is a few new things, very interesting, and yeah. So let's start with the 2.1. Just quick review the new features. We have a new solver to constrain or attach the position of an object to a vertex. That's I think it's something very needed for rigging, but we didn't have yet. I'm using it mainly for things like the zip for the lips and things like that. We also have a new area or like library that called rig bits. That it's a library that will have like functionality for help building rigs. Some of the tools was already there before, but wasn't organized like properly and was like scattered all around the code. So now it's more centralized. It's still some part that's still not centralized, but it should be coming soon, everything in the same place. So you have like basic mGear framework where you have like the basic operations like connection nodes, like working with matrix, vectors, things like that, really basic. And then this rig bits that basically it adds an extra level of complexity where you have stuff that creates, like, for instance, rivets or things that it's like more like a little piece of a rig. So you can use it on top of that for your rigging. Then we have new components for shifter. Big thanks for to Miles. He did 3 components, really nice. Are now included in the in this release, and they have some difference between the default arms and legs, and some parts are common, but some parts are very unique. So I recommend you check it and yeah, and use it at your own risk. I didn't try it that much on production yet, so, but it's there. I think it's solid to use. And then we have also new environment variables to configure better our projects. I will go on this later on another video, but basically this is very focused on pipeline. So if you're working in a studio like me that it's quite big and we have several projects running at the same time, you want to have a proper configuration of your environment for each project. So you can separate now the components, the project components, and the like base components. So you can have components per project. And also we have like the custom step that I will go through in another video. And just to recall, we should have somewhere else, yeah, the mGear synoptic path that is still there. And so this is the 3 main paths that you use to configure your projects on mGear. What else? We have some new shifter channel naming options and so on, and a bunch of improvements. This is for the version 2.1. I will go one by one later in a small, shorter videos for this, so it doesn't become too long and too boring to listen. And 2.2, yeah. Let's go for the next one. So big 2 new tools here. It's Simple Auto Rig. This is a it's a basic rigging system. It's some sort of compatible with Shifter. It keeps some naming conventions and sets and things like that. So it, let's say, speaks same language, but it's totally different. I will do a specific video tutorial on this because it's very meant to rig basic props and assets that are like almost for, I will not say for set dressing, but things really basic that you need, like basic handle to move around on the background, things like that. So and you don't want to spend too much time. So this system, it's very simple but very fast. And then we have the new tool called Channel Wrangler, that is just a channel manager for your channel box. So you can reshuffle the order, you can move channels from one object to another, create proxy channels that it's new from Maya 2016.5 if I recall correctly, but maybe I'm wrong. And so it's not what I say, it's like 15, I mean, I guess 2015 probably will not support this feature, but well, should work on newer versions of Maya. So I will go also through this and make a specific tutorial how to use it, because also you can export and import and later reuse this on your custom steps to rebuild your rigs. So it's, I think it's very interesting for pipeline stuff. And a lot of improvements on the general basic stuff, like a shifter, new custom steps options. Yeah, we have a shifter. We have the new control tag from Maya 2016.5 also. Now Shifter adds this control tag and sets some connections for you. So you have some like gain on the evaluation time, because everything is properly tagged and you have parallel and set to evaluate the control tags. It's gonna be faster for manipulation without keyframes. And obviously if you put keyframes, it's it's gonna work fast, but this is the old system before the tag. So now with the tag you don't need to put the keyframes. Also you're gonna get access to the new rig controls navigation. So this is new. I guess I don't remember in which version of Maya was added, but I add some custom hotkeys. So you have an extra functionality here that I think is very interesting. Everything will have a unique video for this, so don't worry. The custom steps now can import and export to JSON files, so you can store your custom steps and reuse later on production or other production. New updates, little improvements. But yeah, that's the general overview on this release. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the people who helped me in this new release and the contributors that are here in alphabetical order. So thank you very much for your help, and I hope you continue helping on the project on the future releases. Thank you. Bye bye.